Hello students, let us do some more problems on AC circuit analysis. Okay, here we have the problem. In a circuit, the voltage and current waves are represented as voltage V equal to 10 sin omega t plus 45 degrees. Actually, it is 10 sin omega t plus 45 degrees and current I equal to 10 sin omega t plus 180 degrees. Then we need to determine the phase relationship between voltage and current. Then we need to find the element. Okay, so across which element these voltage and current are present. So that is what we are going to find. Okay, so let us write down the given data. Okay, so given data is we are given two waveforms. Voltage waveform is V equal to 10 sin omega t plus 45 degrees volts, and current waveform, that is I equal to 10 sin omega t plus 180 degrees amperes. Now we need to find phase relationship between voltage and current. So what is the phase relationship? For that we need to consider one reference phasor, that is, if you consider voltage as a reference phasor, I am considering voltage as a reference phasor. Reference. So I am considering voltage as a reference phasor. That means, so I am taking voltage as reference. So this is reference phasor which is having a 45 degree angle from 0 degrees angle. So this is 45 degrees. Okay, so this is our voltage having a peak magnitude of 10. Now what is this current waveform? So if we can rewrite this current waveform, that in 10 sine omega t, I am writing the current phasor with respect to reference phasor. That is, I am dividing the angle, that is 45 degrees plus, I can divide the angle, so plus 135 degrees, right? So if you observe this, current phasor is 135 degrees leading with respect to voltage phasor. So this is reference angle with respect to voltage phasor, right? So this angle and this angle are same. So after this angle, the current is leading by 130 degrees angle. That is, so this will be 90 degree and this will be 130 degree. So from voltage to current, there is an angle of 135 degrees. So this is current phasor having magnitude of 10. So this is voltage. Let us assume this as voltage because it is very lengthy. So if you observe this, from zero phasor, the voltage is 45 degrees leading. From voltage phasor, the current is leading by 135 degrees, and from zero phasor, the current is leading by 180 degrees. Okay, so this is what the phasor representation is. Okay, so that means here the current is leading the voltage. Current leading voltage by how many degrees? So this is the voltage lead, right? So this is with respect to voltage, current is leading by 135 degrees. So in which element current leads the voltage? Current leads voltage in capacitor, in a capacitive network. Okay, so the element is capacitor. Okay, now let us proceed. Here we have a problem. The voltage and current through a circuit element are voltage equal to 100 sin 314 t, here it must be t, here must be t, plus 45 degrees volts, and current is 10 sin 314 t plus 45 degrees. Okay, so this must be 314 t minus 45 degrees. Here also t also, this is t minus 45 degrees amperes. Find the phase angle and what is the element, and calculate the element, calculate the value of element, calculate the value of element. Okay, so what we are going to find is we need to find the phase angle then we need to find what is the element and we need to find the value of that element. Okay, so we can find the value of element based on, sorry, we can find the type of element based on the phase relation between voltage and current. Then we can find the value of element with respect to our obtained element. Okay, now let us proceed. So I am calculating. So here we are given with voltage and current waveforms. Voltage is 100 sine 314t plus 45 degrees volts, and current is 10 sine 314t minus 45 degrees amperes. Now we need to find the phase angle. Okay, first thing we need to find is phase angle or phase difference between two waveforms. So let us draw the phasors for each and every parameter here. So I'm drawing voltage. So if you compare this with our instantaneous value, that is Vm sine omega t plus pi. Okay, so that Vm here is 100 and omega is 314 and pi is plus 45 degrees. Okay, now I am drawing the phasor here. So this is our reference phasor. Let us consider this as a reference phasor. Now I am drawing the current phasor here. So voltage phasor. Voltage phasor has a magnitude of 100 and an angle of plus 45 degrees from reference phasor. So plus 45 will be anti-clockwise direction. Plus 45. This is plus 45 from reference, and the magnitude is 100. Let us say this is 100. Okay, this is 100, and this is a voltage phasor. Okay, and now let us draw the current phasor. So if you compare this current phasor with our instantaneous current, I equal to Im sine omega t plus pi. Okay, so here what will we get? That is Im equal to 10 ampere, omega equal to 314, but pi equal to minus 45 degrees. Okay, so let us draw this phasor here. Minus 45 will be below the zero reference, right? So I'm drawing minus 45 here. So this is minus 45 having magnitude of 10. This is minus 45 degrees current phasor. Okay, and we need to find the phase angle between voltage and the current. Okay, so if you observe the phase angle between voltage and current is, that is 0, that is voltage leading by 45 degrees, that is plus 45 to 0 is one angle, that is equal to 45 degrees, and from 0 to minus 45 degrees, that is another angle, that is also 45 degrees. So sum will be 90 degrees. Okay, so this way the entire angle between voltage and current is 90 degrees. Okay, the phase angle between voltage and current is 90 degrees. Okay, and here voltage is, that is current is lagging voltage by 90 degrees, right? Here if you take the current lagging, current is lagging voltage by 90 degrees. That is, so what is the type of element here? In which element current lags the voltage? That is nothing but inductor. That is pure inductor. Pure inductor. The type of element is pure inductor. The element is pure inductor. In pure inductor only, current will exactly lags voltage by 90 degrees. Now we need to find that element here. So we need to find that element, that is, we need to find inductor. Okay, we obtained that it is inductor. Now we need to find the value of inductor. So we got the value of Vm, that equal to 100, and we got omega equal to 314, from which we can find the frequency 2 pi f equal 314, that is around 50 Hz. Okay, now we need to find the inductor value. So we know that the value of Im, that is equal to inductor current, peak value of inductor current is equal to Vm by XL. Okay, so I have done this in previous problems. Okay, so we have Vm and we can find XL with omega and, okay, so we need to find this. So we have Im also, right? Im equal to 10 from given data, 10 amperes. So let us substitute that. That is Im is 10, Vm is 100, and XL is nothing but, what is XL here? That is 2 pi FL, right? XL is omega L, which equal to 2 pi FL. 2 pi F is 50 H, and we need to find L here. So if you rearrange this, that will be L equal to 100 by 100, 100 by 2 pi into 50 into 10. So what is the value of inductor here? That is around 31.8 millihenry. 31.8 millihenry, right? This is the value of inductor. So we have found the phase angle, and then we have found the type of element, then we have found its value. Okay, so these are the questions you will be asked in your semester exams. Okay, so please focus on this. Now let us do next problem. So here the question is, what is the reactance of 2 Henry inductor when it is exited with DC and when it is exited? Okay, we need to find the reactance at 50 H. Okay, so let us find it. So what is the given data? Given is inductor L equal to 2 Henry. So we need to find the reactance. Reactance is nothing but inductive reactance, because the element is inductor. Inductive reactance. What is inductive reactance? Formula, that is XL equal to omega L, which equal to 2 pi FL. Okay, so we have inductance value. We need to find frequency. So at given condition, at DC supply, so what is the frequency for DC supply? Frequency for DC supply. What is the frequency for DC supply? It is 0 for DC. There is no frequency for DC because there will be no cycles, so there will be no frequency. Okay, so it will be constant over a time period. That's why there is no frequency. So if you substitute the value, XL for DC will be 0. Okay, there is no effect of inductor in a DC supply. Okay, under steady state condition. So under transient condition, it will act as open circuit. So that I have discussed earlier. Now let us do it at 50 Hz supply. Okay, now we have frequency equal to 50. So you can find XL equal to 2 pi FL, that equal to, I'm finding XL which equal to omega L, which equal to 2 pi FL. So 2 pi for free. AC it is 50 Hz, inductance value given is 2 Henry. So that is approximately around 628 ohm. 628 ohm. Inductive reactance at AC is 628 ohms. Okay, for DC it was 0, but for AC it is 628 ohms. Okay, so you can see the effect of inductance in a AC circuit is very much higher compared to DC supply. Okay, now let us do another problem. Here we have a problem. What is the reactance of capacitor of 50 Hz when DC is applied and when 100 Hz is applied? Okay, so let us find it. So we have given the capacitor. Given data is capacitor C equal to 50 microfarads. 50 is micro is 10 power minus 6 farads. Okay, this is the capacitance. So we need to find the capacitive reactance now. What is capacitive reactance? What is capacitive reactance? That is XC is equal to 1 by omega C or 1 by 2 pi FC. Okay, so these values should be remembered, then only you can solve the problems. Okay, you need to remember these formulas. Okay, we need to find the capacitive reactance at DC supply. So at DC supply, how can you find this? So frequency is 0, so XC will be 1 by 2 pi into 0 into C, that will be 1 by 0 form, which equal to infinite. So XC will be infinite ohms for DC excitation. So what does it mean? It means infinite impedance, infinite resistance. ohms. Here the units are ohms, so it is resistive equivalent. So if a circuit has infinite resistance, that circuit is stated as open circuit. So that's why capacitor will act as open circuit for DC and inductor will act as short circuit for DC. Okay, because there was no inductive reactance for DC for a inductor. That's why it is acting as a short circuit. Now let us find it 100 Hz frequency. What is the capacitor reactance? So F equal to 100 Hz here. Now we need to find Xc, that is 1 by omega C, which is equal to 1 by 2 pi F into C, that is 1 by 2 pi. F is 100 and capacitance is 50 microfarads, I think. So if you calculate this, that will be Xc will come up like 31.8 ohms. 31.8 ohms. So this is the value of capacitor reactance for 100 Hz frequency. So it was infinite for DC supply, okay, but it is 31.8 for AC supply. Okay, so these are the few problems. Okay, thank you.